Directly following this video, we're gonna go behind the scenes, do a screen recording, and go over some of the shots in detail and talk about them. So don't go anywhere, stick around, and yeah, enjoy the quick video. We'll put you guys on top of our camera and take you for a little ride.
Let's do it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Battle of the 85.
Sony G Master 85 1.4.
Michael's one true love.
Yes, and then the Sony Zeiss 85 1.8. And we're gonna do a little portrait walk. Well, this is a paying client, so we can't stop and talk to you guys during the shoot, so.
We'll talk to you after.
Yeah, we'll check back with you in post-production. See you. How you doing, hon? Good to see you again. Hey, darling, you made it.
Well, but I don't.
All right, give me your best pose. What's your favorite pose? She's like, well, I don't have one. By the time we get done with this, you'll have some favorites. I'm just gonna helping her out with a little bit of posing. Looks good. And if you could switch hands, just do the exact thing. Yeah, something similar before. Yeah, perfect. And we're gonna have Jessica do a couple of these same shots right here. And cool, and laugh for no reason if you want. Cool.
And then facing a little bit more towards me. There you go. Oh, you want to get one, Michael?
Yep. We're doing a lens comparison too while we're working on it, so you're gonna get some extra photos. My gosh. Love it. Get more of those bokeh balls in the back there. Yeah, for a comparison thing. Oh yeah, guess we don't need the Corona thing.
Maybe $8, but not now.
You look like you're like, why am I staring through a tree? Yes, comparison shots. Let's see. Go ahead and stand regular. I can't go chest this way. Keep going, keep going. There we go. Do you like this side, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, nice. Cool, I like it. What's up? What's up, Mr. Duck? Yeah, I want to try to do something hiding this light. Right there to that. Maybe cross at the ankles. Yeah, perfect. Nice. Keep coming, keep coming. Right about there. Good, snuggle up. Okay, cool, gotcha. Good. Chin up a little bit. And give me that smirk. Can get further back. Say, oh, this will be cool. That'll be fun. One, two, and three. Go ahead and just look up at that light, that key light. Yeah. Yes. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and hang tight. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Ready, set, shot. Ready, set, shot.
Perfect.
Ready, set, shot.
Oh,
Go get some fudge. You need fudge, 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 fudge.
Bye.
Yeah. Well, that went really well. And normally,
she was a trooper. Her mom was a trooper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you look beautiful with these glasses. Okay. Thank you. Okay, that was a really fun shoot. Let's put these two together, and bam, this is pretty good how close these guys came out. So we have G Master on the left. We have G Master on the left at 1.4, and we have the 85 Batis on the right. Zeiss Batis on the right at 1.8. So what are your thoughts, Miss Jess?
You can see pretty clearly the bokeh is slightly different. I do think I was a step closer to her. And we may have cropped slightly differently, but we weren't like super scientific about it, but like, damn, like they're both beautiful.
Yeah, and on that note, these were both taken on, Jessica took all her photos on the G Master on her camera, and I took all the Batis photos on mine. We both went homes to our separate homes and edited them and then uploaded them as JPEG and then downloaded the JPEGs. So here they are. So there's going to be, this is totally not scientific, but
yeah, just for fun. And,
that's okay.
You know, we like to see what the quality and the characteristics
yeah, the bokeh on the left is definitely butterier, and but overall you get the same kind of vibe. But if you're into that bokeh stuff, I mean, the G Master definitely wins. I don't think a client looking at it is going to notice a difference. Both of them are wicked sharp.
Yeah, they're going to think it's the same glass. They're not going to notice.
I have a clue. And really, it's about the pose and the light. I mean, it's about the 99 other things that go into a photo.
Yeah.
So that's that. And then what do we have here? What's that in here for? Let's see. We have the G Master on the left again, and my glass, or not mine, but the Batis on the right. I think that this one's in there is because it shows how far away, this is cropped, of course, but it shows how far away you are with the G Master. You still get this incredibly beautiful isolation. And this is me on the Batis going, how much bokeh can I squeeze out of a 1.8? And this is uncropped on the right here on the Batis at 1.8, and really tight at the bottom, just a little bit of headroom, and that is as much as I can squeeze out. And so the G Master just has an advantage with that 1.4. It does make a difference, but
it really depends on the look you like, because I mean, some people are really gravitate towards that super contrasty, like kind of deeper look. So it's really like it's just a style preference.
Did you do anything to her eyes on this for post? I didn't on mine.
I think I may have brightened up just her face, but I didn't do any sharpening.
No, perfect. It's good. It's wicked sharp. Awesome. Next we have, not a very good comparison, but one.
Oh, I just love this shot.
Yeah.
The bokeh is so magical in both shots. Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I was a step closer. Apparently I was constantly stepping a step closer.
You're in love with that bokeh. You're like, oh, we're having a bokeh competition. I'm gonna destroy this Batis.
I love this alleyway, and I know that, I mean, we've shot there so many times. I love the way it becomes like magical in the background. And so, and she has such beautiful eyes, like I couldn't help but like take a step closer.
Right.
So
yeah, she's young and had a really nice job on her makeup, really pretty eyes, so getting in tight on that.
Yeah. So I don't think it was intentional. You know, we were both just kind of shooting and
just both beautiful images. I think you're a little closer, so it's not an exact comparison, but you can get the idea of the rendering of the bokeh. Take it for what it's worth. This was just like a few feet away. You probably saw it in the video we just watched. And this is one of my favorite things to do, just to get people out of their heads. This is the Batis.
Somewhere to put their hands. It's so fun.
Get subframing, somewhere to put their hands. It gets rid of all this crazy background. And a lot of times, even if there's light behind them, there'll be some good light reflecting off the tree onto their face, which usually has a nice earth tone, and it's just interesting.
Yeah.
But I left this in there. We don't have a comparison for the Batis, or sorry, for the G Master, but just how sharp the Zeiss is.
Freaking sharp.
Crazy sharp. And this is a JPEG export.
Yeah, look how sharp that is.
Yeah, this is starting to break apart because it's not a full export JPEG.
Barely. It's
yeah.
insane.
So, so yeah, that's at ISO 400. 400th of a second. Why is my ISO so high? Because I'm a savage.
And I'm like, no ISO.
Cool. This is a little different crop, a little different angle, but you can see my first thoughts are is like the background is definitely. My first thoughts are is it's just both of them are beautiful. You have a little more sun in your glass than I do. I cut a little bit out.
Yeah. The thing I like about the Batis on this one is that there are certain environments you want to include and like remember, like this is where we were, or this is the characteristics of the area, and yours has it leaves some of that contrast in there, so you can tell like there's a railing on the other side of that water, like there's a fountain there, and the 85 is sort of obliterated, and the butteriness is beautiful, but there are certain kind of shots you want to leave detail.
Yeah, and I'll say that you're right. The bokeh of the Zeiss Batis is definitely contrastier, even if it's just as blurry. It has more of a contrast to it, and this is smoother. And I will say though, you have the advantage with the G Master though, because you can stop up to 2.8.
Right.
You know what I mean,
Yeah.
and bring in some more of that
if I wanted
background.
to.
So,
Yep.
so again, as you can decide for yourselves, both wicked sharp and both look really great. These we kind of tweaked a little bit in post. Yours has a little more color than mine. So these came out of it after we went through our cameras, and we both went home and processed them. We processed them a little differently, and then I tried to move mine around a little bit to try to match yours, and vice versa, like that structure. I put a little more color in mine. See if I can get it closer. That's a little closer.
A little bit.
I can push some magentas now. Anyway, these are JPEGs.
Yeah.
I don't like pushing JPEGs around. Okay, anyway, so this is not a laboratory. So we got the G Master on the left and the Batis, the Zeiss Batis on the right. Both of them are wide open, G Master 1.4 and the Batis at 1.8.
Again, you get more of the environment into your shot. You can see that there's that, structure behind her, and both are so beautiful.
Jessica had to run a quick errand during this portion of the shoot, and I was shooting with my 85 here. Just an example of the Batis. This is what the bokeh balls will look like behind.
Little
football-y towards the edge, but towards the middle they round off.
Perfect in the middle.
Yeah, so it's fine, but really the main object of the picture is here. That's the kind of the depth of field you can expect.
Oh, I love that. It's a fun crop.
Right there. And this is a 40mm Batis I had on me. I had a car right behind me, so I couldn't move back any further to get a full body 85. And this is at f2 40mm, and this is sort of what the balls look like, that focal length and that
Really beautiful.
f2. So moving on, and then from here, Jessica was back, but we had been shooting too long already, meaning we had a 1 hour shoot and we were coming up on 2 hours because of equipment malfunctions and traffic for the talent getting there was bad and blah, 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 blah. But we were shooting over, and it was like running.
We were all tired.
We were all like, talent was ready to go, mom was ready to go. Now this is the Zeiss Batis at 2.8. I'm sorry, scratch that, 2.2. And we were I wanted to be far away from this thing, but I wanted to sort of still be in the background. Also the 2.2, my settings are a little janky here because I'm fighting my flash was too hot. So I wanted to be at 3/20th of a second to put my flash into high-speed sync. So it's not quite as powerful, and then
Again, like we had malfunctions, and we were just trying to make it work.
Nobody cares about maybe somebody, one person, one of you subscribers, one of you 12 subscribers probably care. Yeah. Speaking of which, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already, if you find any value out of this, because we can't start monetizing our YouTube channel until we get like 1,000 subscribers. We'll probably get like 999 subscribers, and then they'll change the new algorithms. Well, now you need 2,000 subscribers. Like, Wait, what was I talking about? Okay, this is at Zeiss Batis at 2.2, and that's what it looks like. Got a little bit of blurry bits in the background. It's nice and contrasty. And this is her standing up in the same scene since we had everything set up. Just have her stand up, do another pose. And
again, like the beautiful thing about the Batis at 2.2
the badass.
Yes. Not just you.
It's Batis.
The monument in the back, which is sort of a quintessential downtown Fort Myers thing, you can still see what it is. And so the letters don't get obliterated completely. You can still almost read them. So I love that about this one, that it keeps the environment in play.
So final thoughts. I've used the G Master for 2.5, almost 3 years
And I've used
easily
it for 2 days.
over 1,000 shoots, and I've used the Zeiss Batis for about a few months now.
Yeah, and I have used your 85 before. Shooting with small children is difficult with it. It likes to hunt when you are trying to find a focus point, but for this kind of a shoot, it is absolute gold. I mean, she's...
Oh, where you can take your time, pose, stand there, smile, composition,
Right.
set it all up.
Yeah, Yeah.
So focusing speed is fine.
I only think I had one issue, and it was mostly because the sun was washing everything out, and I've always found that people with fair skin and blue eyes, much tougher than somebody with dark hair and dark eyes to get something to grab focus. I don't know.
Right.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah, totally. Like if you have like African American or really dark skin, it's the cameras just don't grab focus as well. It can struggle in low light with darker skin, or even like
or light skin and light eyes.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
No, I haven't had that.
Yeah, I've had that a couple times.
Oh, maybe that's why I did struggle with that. I forgot. Like, why isn't it grabbing eye autofocus?
Yeah, because it was such a similar color palette. There wasn't enough punchiness to find some contrast.
Maybe. Yeah, that's on the camera body, I suppose. I'm sure these are on. All these were taken on A7 R3s. So I guess
I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but I have noticed that on.
I'm not a scientist, but I'm gonna go ahead and comment on the reason why this happened.
No, my guess. And it's just that I've noticed it for 2 or 3 different people with fair skin and blue eyes.
Right.
But that's a fun little...
Yeah, it's just something to keep in mind for just learning the quirks of whatever camera system you have. Nikon, Canon, Sony, and Fuji, whatever. You're going to have little quirks and just find out where their limitations are and work around them and work with them.
Right. So I wouldn't take my 85 on a children's shoot. I would take something else.
Yeah, and shooting the 85 for weddings... After shooting for 2 years, I got really good with the G Master. As far as I just know what it could do, and I didn't ever expect more from it from that. And then there were a couple of times at a wedding when I started to do hybrid shooting from photo to video, and I started shooting a lot of slow-mo video at weddings. The autofocus on the G Master was so slow. If I was in slow-mo and the slow autofocus, it would take like 8 seconds for it to actually come into frame, where the Batis actually focus real consistently, and so even in slow-mo, it's at a good, properly paced focus pull.
And when you're doing journalistic style shooting, you can't wait for 8 seconds. Like, that is an eternity.
Right, and I was gonna just keep both, and the more I used the Zeiss Batis, I was able to move a lot faster, and I found myself becoming less frustrated. And then when I went back to the G Master to sort of like go down memory lane, it was like, oh my god, this is beautiful, but it is heavy, and it's a little bit slower.
Much heavier. I can't believe when you hold the two and one in each hand, it is remarkable difference. And for a 10-hour wedding day, that is big.
Yeah, so recommendations is if you're like just obsessed with bokeh and you have a slow-paced workflow, like clientele and stuff.
And you like to lift if you're a CrossFitter.
Right, if you don't want to go to you can save money on the gym by just having the G Master.
Glass.
That, and you have some money to spend. I don't know what they're going for used. They're still pretty pricey, the G Master.
Yeah, they haven't lost any value.
Then go for it. And if you have the Batis, you can get it used for $900 easy. I think I got mine for $750 used.
Yeah, because it had a nick on the outside or something, and it was just...
Which one?
The Batis.
No, that's the 135 Batis. Yeah, that one was like perfect. So it's like $750 used. And so I guess you can probably get the G Master 13 used. Anyway, it's less. The Batis is less, and so a little less money, and super sharp, super wicked fast, and it matches up. I'm currently trying to build up my whole Batis line, so it's not just the one glass alone. It's not just the one glass alone, but how does it perform if I'm going through, especially being a hybrid shooter, photo and video? How does it match up with the other lenses? Does it behave the same?
Right.
Yeah.
So it doesn't stand out. So
recommendations for that, for the G Master, recommendation for the Batis is if you have one and you're obsessing over the G Master, it's not as big of a deal as you think it would be unless you're super obsessed with bokeh. I could see somebody owning both of these. Like we have for our studio, I can see one person owning both of these if you're a paid portrait and wedding photographer for certain situations. You could pick one or the other. You wouldn't carry both of them, of course, but you would pick one or the other out of your bag, depending on the shoot.
Yeah, I just think, well, I'm a portrait photographer, but I'm glad to have an 85 in my bag.
Right, so you filled in the gap with that. So you have the 16 and 35 2.8 G Master, the 51.4 Sony Zeiss, the 85.1 G Master. I'm sorry, 85.4. Wait.
85 1.4, and then the 135.
Yeah, G Master.
G Master.
So right now I have the 24 G Master, the 40 Batis, 85 Batis, and the 135 Batis. I'm gonna get the 18 Batis next, and then who knows? No more stuff. And we're holding on to our A7R3s for a while longer. There's the A7R4 is out right now, and I'm sort of got my eyeballs open for the A7S4 or whatever the hell that's going to be.
I know. I'm perfectly happy.
Jesus, why? You think anybody's still watching this by now?
No.
No. I have no idea what we're talking about. We're supposed to be talking about these 3 images and comparing them.
Sorry.
Thanks for watching. Roll the outro. Can you hit that? Stop the recording.
Yes.
This camera's still... My name is Michael Von Pick.
And I am Jessica R. Bunger. We have a studio called Evoke Studio based in Fort Myers, Florida, and we are traveling photographers who do weddings, portraits, and lots of things.
Yeah, to find out more information about us, you can find us all over social media at evokestudio.io or on our website at www.evokestudio.io. Thanks for checking us out, and we'll see you soon. Directly following this...
I'm gonna cough. Sorry.
Amateur. Jesus.